Hey, what's up everybody? Jorney465 here with another video review. Today I'm here to a movie that I literally just got around to seeing around 2 days ago. A little late, but whatever. And by the title you can probably tell this is my review of The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Now, before going into this, of course I had to rewatch all three Lord of the Rings movies. Not to get caught up or anything. I know those movies inside and out, but just to refresh my mind. And I must say, it was a awesome experience because the Lord of the Rings movies, I didn't see those in theaters because at that age when they came out, they scared the crap out of me. But, finally getting to see something that takes place in the Lord of the Rings universe, The Hobbit, which is prequel to the Lord of the Rings, seeing it in theaters and everything is awesome, especially because I got to see probably the last performance of Andy Serkis as Gollum on the big screen, which was amazing because he is an awesome actor. Oh, that scene, the Riddles in the Dark scene was so awesome. I really need to read that because I haven't read that since like elementary school. Yeah, anyways. Lord of the Rings, it's one of my favorite franchises, movie franchises of all time, just because it's, I don't know, everyone will say this, but it is like one of the best like put together movies ever. Just because, most of the time sequels are really disappointing when they're like based off of, even if they are based off of books or something. If you know there's going to be a sequel, you're like, it's not going to be as good as the first one. But with this, they were filmed like back to back to back, so it wasn't really that much time spread out between them. It felt the same way with this, because you were just put right back in the Middle Earth where you were before. Sure, there weren't as many, like, I guess, cool characters, but that's just because it's, may not be, like, a smaller cast. All these dwarves, you probably couldn't develop that much, because, from what I remember, at least, they weren't all developed that well in the book. But the characters that are developed are awesome. I forget the guy who plays Bilbo, but I know he plays, I think, Watson in the BBC Sherlock Holmes show. And he is an awesome Bilbo. Just as good as the guy who played him before, which, once again, I forget the guy's name, which I know it, I just can't remember. Ian McKellen as Gandalf, fantastic as usual. All the people who played the dwarves, even if they weren't, like, I guess fully developed, they were awesome and everything. I saw this movie in 3D, not by choice, just because it was really the only thing, like, playing at the theater I went to, because I saw this movie late. And it really pissed me off. And like I said before, Andy Serkis' performance as Gollum just awesome. Especially just watching that scene on the big screen. And before, at least for the time, Gollum's effects were like amazing. But you look at it now, it's slightly dated. You can tell it's a CG character. You could tell back then, but it was so advanced you didn't really care. You rewatch it, you can tell it's a CG character. With this, I honestly couldn't, just because they've perfected it. And before, sorry, I have a cold. And before, something that always looked fake on Gollum to me was like his teeth and like his gums and everything. When he like flared his like to show you his teeth like a dog would in The Hobbit, it looks so real. It creeped me out. This movie, he was like 1 minute he could be oh, lovely Hobbit's master. Next minute he could be you stole my precious. You know what I mean. It's the mood swings between Gollum and Smeagol that make this movie really awesome. That scene was the Riddles in the Dark scene was just awesome. And you know how, okay, like, in Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf said something to the point of, yes, you will meet him, you will be disgusted by him, but then you will pity him. Which, just like Bilbo did and everything. And he steals the ring from Gollum and he starts chasing him. He fears him, he's creeped out by him and everything, and he's disgusted by him. But he's invisible right in front of him because he got the ring on and everything. And he sees him, and he sees just like a little tear go down his cheek because he's had this thing for like 800 years and he lost his precious. And he was right, I pitied him, and it was a really good moment because After that happens, and then he starts getting pissed off again. He jumps over Gollum, like kicks him in the face while he's invisible, and then he starts going wacko. Like, he just starts going ape crap. It was really, really good. And I like the fact that it's split into three parts, but at the same time, I think it's unnecessary. I mean, it got a lot of accuracy because of that and everything, just because they were able to fit, like, one-third of the book. And as far as I can tell, I haven't read the book in a few years, but it was pretty accurate to how the book was in that part, because they were able to stretch it apart and, like, fit a lot more things in the book that were in the book, in the movie and everything. Like, I love how many dwarf songs they got inside here, because it was just awesome. Especially because half of them ended up being, like, theme songs for the movie. And when they went inside the goblin cave and everything, those scenes were just awesome, where the dwarves were, like, fighting them and everything. One thing I will say, though, that I didn't like, it's not that the orcs' designs were bad in this. They just didn't feel like the orcs from the older movies, like from Lord of the Rings. Because in Lord of the Rings, there were guys in big rubber suits. In this, they were CG. I don't know, it just didn't get the face right, because I guess in the other movies, I don't know if it was something different in the other movies, that's why they look different, but whatever. They still look cool in this, especially the big, like, albino orc king that got one of his arms chopped off. That thing was really awesome. Yeah, I found this movie to be really, really good. The writing was fantastic, just like Lord of the Rings, and I liked Elijah Wood as Frodo's cameo, and why do I always forget the guy who plays old Bilbo? His cameo was also awesome, just because, you get to see him, and like, the movie, him telling Frodo the story takes place, like, about an hour before, not an hour, like a few minutes before Fellowship of the Ring starts, where he goes to, like, sit down in the forest, and he sees Gandalf and everything. I honestly didn't have many problems with the movie. Some people said they had problems with, like, the pacing and how it went in the Shire. I didn't. The 3D effect worked as good as it can for me. 3D has never really worked on my eyes for some reason. I don't know, it just doesn't. But, it looked good. And the CG was good. Lord of the Rings had a lot of CG, so it doesn't really affect me for this movie experience. I didn't see it in 48 frames per second. I don't think I will ever see it in 48 frames per second. I don't know, but just from what, like, Jeremy Johns and stuff have said, just see it in 24 frames per second, because when Rotten Tomatoes did their review on it and everything, and they gave their rating, apparently they saw it in, like, 48 frames per second, and that's why, it wasn't that good and everything. Then, because it really does change the experience from what people have said. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. Since I didn't really have any problems with it, I'm giving this, like, a perfect 5 out of 5, just because it was awesome. I didn't really have any problems with the pacing, because I liked the beginning with the Shire and everything. Yeah, guys, I really liked it. It was a fantastic movie. Go see it now. Bye.